Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, gotta turn on the TV. Like as usual. So anyway, Yosh. I got that from somewhere, and I've already made the joke on here. So anyway, back to Sonic Advance 2. So at this point in time, it's actually been a while since I played this. I actually started back in like October, November, December or something. And I had recently put out a few parts. At this point in time, it's Valentine's Day, 2017. And I started in 2016 on this, and it's just been a while. Alright, so let's see here. Hold on. Sorry, that was a thing from Snapchat for some reason. Anyway, so let's get started again. And today we're going to be using Knuckles and Knuckles. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Normally this would be the last character if Amy wasn't already unlocked, or, you know, using cheats to unlock, whatever. Anyway. Let's see. And again, we're going to pretend that I don't have anything and I'm just now starting out on Knuckles. Alright. It's been a little while, so let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I'm always ready for Sonic. Alright. And I apologize if there ends up being an echo. Because, sometimes, in a way, I like to keep it low enough so you won't hear it too much. But, at the same time, I think, well, I gotta test out the sound. Whenever I'm editing these, it's easier to hear from the TV because I can't always see when. Yep. I can't always see when or where the sound will be. I don't know. It's just somehow it makes it easier to edit. But I did begin this with something with the sound edit. So maybe I could turn on the TV a little bit. There we go. Anyway, it's pretty good music right here. Sonic Advance 2 is. At this point in time, wasn't recently, but it was like more recently, like maybe like 2 weeks ago or so. Seen a video review on all of the Sonic Advance games by Some Call Me Johnny. Ooh, alright then. I guess you only get points if you skid mark on it. But anyway, oh yeah, let's see what his upper move thing is. Let's see. Alright then. Well, I guess he's ready to go. Anyway, just using Knuckles and Knuckles. But like, I remember, I think, yeah, I was watching Some Call Me Johnny's review on these games. I can't remember if he said that this one was the best or the first one was the best. I don't remember for sure. But I know he pointed out how retarded how stupid the getting the Chaos Emeralds in this game is, which is why I use cheats. The way to get Chaos Emeralds in this game is way too unnecessary. I probably already explained it, but just in case I didn't, I don't always remember what I said in my past recording, so I'll just say it just in case and try to make it short. You basically have to, I'm trying to get his life over here. You basically have to not only get the Chaos, you have to find all these rings in each of these levels, or something like that, and get the Chaos Emeralds that way, or you have to find the stage that way. Now supposedly, see, I've never actually done the stages in these special stages in this game, but apparently they're kind of like Sonic CD's special stages in a way. And apparently those aren't too hard. It's just trying to get to them is what's hard. So basically, so yeah, there's that. And But anyway, not only do you have to do that, you also have to get them with every character. You have to do all that 4 times. I mean, unless Amy's not included, you have to do it 5 times. Let's see here. And he talked about Sonic Advance 3, and I didn't necessarily agree with him all that much. He didn't like Sonic Advance 3 as much. He was talking about how the level designs were bad and everything, and you know, which I have to mostly disagree with that. That game was, I'm not sure what it would be, if it would be my favorite, my second favorite, or whatever. There's a lot of things that are good about this game, but I still don't know where I'd rank it between them all. Let's see here. Just gonna slide down here. So anyway, I mean, this game improved on a lot of things, but it was just like there's a lot of unnecessary things, like the Chaos Emerald challenges and stuff. Let's see here. So yeah, just gonna go off subject and say it's Valentine's Day. I think I already said it, but I'm not really celebrating it. I mean, single people usually don't, but you know, I don't know. I don't judge. Let's see, and then but I'll just say, hey, look, Knuckles is red. It's Valentine's Day things. There you go. But obviously this is gonna come out way after Valentine's Day. Let's see. I kind of recently started getting back into uploading videos. I had taken a long break because it's too much for me. And I'm the only one who's doing it right now. As I've mentioned many times before, so I'll try to keep it short. I'm basically the only one right now, as of right now, as of this recording and stuff, to actually upload videos and stuff to this channel. So it's just, you know, you have to take a break. These things take a while to edit, or yeah, take a while to do, not out of hardness, but out of just how long it takes to edit them, or how long it takes to listen to these and see if I need to make any edits, that kind of thing. So anyway, what kind of news is there? Things. Oh. Yeah, I remember having a really hard time on this game. I remember it was almost impossible for me to unlock Knuckles because, you know, it's one of in this game where you have to unlock the characters. It's basically you have to unlock them through using Sonic. Like, no matter what you do, where you're at in the game, or whatever, you have to use Sonic to unlock everything, or at least the characters. So obviously, I think I've beaten this game with like Tails and Cream before I even unlocked Knuckles. Before I even unlocked Knuckles. I probably beat the game with Tails, and you know, this game was still hard though with it. At this point in time, I've only uploaded like up to 3 parts of. Well, I split the first part into 4 parts, so and I have 3 parts out of Sonic Advance 2. But YouTube or the internet or my internet or something has been acting up, and I haven't been able to, like, I've been kind of uploading videos almost completely daily, but I've had to take a break because the internet is like, nah, I don't want to upload those videos. It works in certain regards, but you know. Oh, and also I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm thinking of too many things, and you know. So I'll just segue off subject. Alright then. I'll just segue off subject here, and I'll say that I have to say the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox have not aged very well. And the reason I say that, bless me, is because I was trying to play some I was trying to do an update on my 360. And part of it is my internet, and I do also have an original model. Well, one of the original models. Oh, I died. I probably should have gotten some rings there. But yeah, like I have the original model, but that shouldn't really be a problem. And I never get red ring, but it just hardly ever works anymore. Like, works properly. Like, honestly, not even just the internet. Sometimes, like, the screen will go purple, which I'm sure I'm not the only one, but that's a big problem. As big as that game system was, you would think that they would have worked on it more, but I don't know. Now, part of the reason I don't want to try to get another Xbox 360, or another, like the newer, one of the later models, is because, well, I was able to get a big hard drive for free. Like, big hard drive as in, my brother was able to get a computer, a broken computer. It was given to him for free, I think. He was able to get me the hard drive out of it, which is the same as the Xbox's hard drive, and put it in there, and it had 300 gigs on it. So, which I know you can get more for Xbox 360, but you gotta pay for it. This one was free for me. So I don't want to give that up just yet. It's just, I've noticed though that at least for the first two Xboxes, they don't age very well. I mean, the PlayStation so far, like the PS2 and PS1, PS2, haven't aged as well either. But at least they take a little bit of time before they age. The time will tell how the PS3 does. But the Xbox, the original Xbox and the Xbox 360 have not aged very well. Which I know that I've heard that the Xbox 360 was kind of rushed to the market, and it was lucky that it did well. But I hear it was rushed to the market and it had many problems, like which I know a lot of game systems have problems when they first come out, but usually, but I mean, 360, I mean, that had a lot of problems. I didn't run into a whole lot of them though, but just now I'm seeing the age and it's not doing very well. Let's see here. But yeah, like I was trying to I was trying to do updates, I was trying to connect online, and it was doing horrible. And then at that point, I was just like, see, this is why a lot of stuff should not be internet-based, or not everything should be internet-based. You got to think about where people live. There are certain areas where the internet is crap. I'm in one of those areas. And they're like, oh no, let's make online-only multiplayer, and let's release games that are online-only stuff in general. Of course, that's mostly been PS4 and Xbox One, and their internet's better. I'll just say that, but still. But I just have to say, I really hope that the Xbox One ages a lot better than the original Xbox and the 360. Let's hope, because it was the last of the 8th generation game system to be released. 8th generation being Xbox One, PS4, Wii U, 3DS, and Vita. You know, I'm kind of wondering if Kind of wondering if the Switch is going to be the Nintendo Switch. I wonder if it's going to be a shoot, this will probably come out by the time that already comes out. I don't know, but or after it already come out. But I wonder if the Switch is going to be counted as a 9th generation game system. Because I mean, it's the next Nintendo system. Just I don't know. But I do hear that Nintendo is still going to be working on 3DS games, which makes sense marketing-wise, because, well, it was successful. It took a little bit, but it was successful. The Wii U was not so much. I wouldn't call the Wii U a complete failure. It just had a lot of problems. Not like hardware-wise, but just with the way they marketed it. And there wasn't... Let me put it this way. I don't have that many games on it right now. Part of the reason is because I'm a little tight on money, but also because... the game... There's just not that many good games for the Wii U. I mean, there's a few, but just... And I think it has, in a way, has a better library than the Wii. But... If you count all games. But... I don't know, the Wii U just lacked a lot of stuff, so in some ways I wish it would have done better, as, you know, I don't know. I'll tell you what's a really underrated system from the 8th generation is the Vita. That's a very, very underrated system, and I wish it would have been treated with more care, because, well, it kind of came out at the wrong time, but at the same time, Sony should have treated it better. More companies should have gambled with it more, or released games with it more, and that would have convinced people to get the Vita. Have more exclusive games, I guess you could say. You give reasons to say, hey, this is why you should buy a Vita. Give games that make you that say that specifically. If games don't say that now, you know it's But yeah, I wouldn't call it a colossal failure, because I count total failures as ones that like don't even last like 2 years or so. Well, I mean like, okay, if they stop making games after like 2 or 3 years, I consider it a failure. But like if they stop making games if it goes past that, it's not a failure. Even if it doesn't last as long, it's not a failure. I mean, I'm trying to think. Can't remember if the Game Boy Advance was released in, was it 2001, 2000 or 2001? Well, anyway, I wouldn't call that, well, obviously, okay, maybe that's a bad example. The Dreamcast lasted, was it 98 to 2001, I think. Unless it was 2002. You know, I'm thinking that like I keep going off subject here. Well, sort of off subject here, but I'm thinking that the Dreamcast, if it had skipped the Saturn and maybe considered the Dreamcast a 5th generation game system, or skipped all the 32X and the CD and stuff. If Sega had just done that, they might still be around today. Possibly. Let's see here. But like, yeah, the Dreamcast, I mean, that was a pretty good system. It's too bad that it failed, but it really, Dreamcast itself wasn't necessarily a failure.